Then we had Daddy Bugsy allowing us to do whatever we want.
Human-sized aquariums with girls swimming in them.
Yes. The after hours, oh my God, fucking insane. Or the walks of shame, hilarious.
About Lindsay Lohan's vagina.
Yeah, I fucking remember now. My face was so sore from laughing. I remember, like, I felt like I was like at the gym for my face. You would get this feeling every time you meet someone, like, oh fuck, this person's gonna be a friend for the rest of my life.
Hey there, it's me, Roxy Cottontail. You might know me as a DJ, artist, designer, and New York City party promoter, or from my bunny logo. I'm putting all that on the table and writing about the years that transformed music and the New York City scene. I've interviewed 250 friends and colleagues I admire. I ask all and reveal all. Please join me in the tales to rediscover the 90s and the Y2K magical landscape of music, art, technology, and streetwear. This is Roxy's Tales. Why don't you say who you are and what you do, what you did?
My name is Jules Kim, and I'm a jewelry designer and have been for almost 20 years at this point, which is insane.
My guest this week on Roxy's Tales is a driven beyond logic jewelry designer and fun time creator, Jules Kim. Her brand Bijules is a force of high-end creative ideas in the jewelry world, and she has also made a name for herself in nightlife. Jules is a fierce and fun leader who empowers women, and it's an honor to share some history about the Y2K era we all began and flourished in. Jules has magnetic, inspirational energy that resonates with many. Without further ado, Jules Kim.
And that's not something that you would ever think about when you're 21 and like living in New York for the first time. You never think that you're going to establish a career path, you know? My Bijules brand has been in business for that long, and part of building a brand was also establishing the community, which was in the underground, like my marketing strategy, which once again, you're not thinking that while you're building it. It's something that comes from your actual instinct. It's something where nature runs its course, and, you know, throwing parties with you and all these other kids. It's like, oh, well, we're sharing like-minded experiences. Of course, we're going to share the product too in different ways, from a cocktail to a dance night to bar rings to everything that we would do would be shared. And I think there's something inside of being part of building a community that helps really be a foundational tool in being a business person. And I think since we're creatives, we found safety in becoming entrepreneurial through being creative and being artists, and like being able to sustain our lives no matter how up and down it was or is. There's something like really romantic about living that way.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like, also go us, because it was romantic and it was beautiful, and we got to fucking live the dream in so many
ways. My God. In so many ways. And also we got to build our own dream. No one was laying it out for us.
And so you moved to New York in what year?
2001. I was living in Greenpoint when I first moved here. And then I moved to 7th Street, where I was on 7th between 1st and A.
I love that apartment.
Yeah, that was super fun. And God, how many times I moved? Then I was in Queens with a crazy ass woman. She was a fashion designer, stripper, witch, and she kept a fucking, what do you call that, coffin underneath her bed.
Whoa.
Then one day I came home from spinning records, because I used to take like milk crates with actual vinyl and get on the subway and go spin out and then come home on the subway because I had no fucking money. And I came home one night at like fucking 5 a.m, and there's an eviction notice on my door because she had been taking my money without ever paying rent.
Whoa.
I mean, but stuff like that, it was like pretty norm.
Crazy.
So Erica introduced us and said,
I think so.
how did you meet Erica?
I think Erica was introduced to me through Sylvia. And then Sylvia was like, yeah, but you should know Roxy. How come you guys don't know Roxy? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, so maybe it was Sylvia. It was either Erica or Sylvia.
Okay, because I
that
started
brought us
in Kudu. I think Fiona put me onto Kudu
Oh yeah. Fuck,
in,
Fiona.
in 2005.
Yeah, that makes sense. I listened to some of Kudu the other day, Barstar.
Classic, man.
God,
Classic
so good.
there.
So good.
What were the important standout moments for you during these years of us throwing parties together, making magic, you getting like press probably, right?
Oh yeah, getting press was like a revelation, because then I was like, see, this is what our culture can do. It can become a launch pad. It can become a marketing strategy. So, like from the parties that we would throw, I mean, I would make, like when I made the nail ring in 2007, I said, Sylvia, when are you singing next? She's like, oh, I'm going to be doing 205. I'm like, fucking put these bitches on your hand. And so the first time the world ever saw nail rings was 2007 on stage at 205. So like those moments like were resounding moments for me to understand that power of community, but also using our parties as marketing tools to show proof that these designs of mine existed first with our world and then pushed up. And that's like part of street culture, part of the underground notability, is that these ideas and these actions that we have in our mind, we actually activate before we even fully think it through. You know what I mean? Like that's also what youth does. So it propels us into action without us really knowing, but because we had so much support, it felt easy. It felt like flowing water. It was like part of a necessity that if we had an idea, if we were inspired, we made it happen immediately and didn't even measure risk at that point. Those early days throwing parties with you and in the world of the underground, it was like a tried and true statement about being creative and launching it and finding success in the launch. And that became like a pillar to how I develop product and how I sell it. It's like, I know that I have to create a value of ownership with my ideas. So now I find it immediately within the culture. So the ideas are stimulated through culture and the interaction and experience that I have. And then I launch it into popular culture. And it's that authenticity that really sticks inside of every product and in every statement and every strategy that I launch to the world. It's always filled with that like raw authenticity and that integrity, which for me, I have to protect because I truly value the people that helped inspire the idea and the product, and also help inspire to do it again.
You were always felt welcome into Nightlife, right? It was like your land, no risks. I mean, like I never thought about altercations of anything. It was like the most freeing experience probably of my life.
It's true. I feel like, the initial big life decisions that you make early on, like truly impact who you're going to be later. And I think opening ourselves up to Nightlife really sort of put us in the dark side and made us bring the light. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's some like nasty shit that goes down in Nightlife, but in our case, it was more of a light spirit.
One of my favorites was Thursdays at 323.
Oh my God, so good. That was like, do whatever you want. Not like we didn't do whatever we want, wherever we want. Then we had Daddy Bugsy allowing us to do whatever we want.
During this time, where else were you going? Besides like our parties.
I was also doing parties like at Coral Room.
You were throwing
like
parties there.
Yeah, like Tuesday weeklies there.
Stereo. Do you remember Stereo?
Oh yeah, Stereo came after Coral Room. That's right.
The Coral Room was the place that had the human-sized aquariums with girls swimming in them.
Yes. I have to say these Soho 323s were just really became a staple amongst all of our friends, don't you think? And like some of like the after hours, oh my God, fucking insane. Or the walks of shame, hilarious.
These were also some legendary events. This is like my
Yes, they
favorite.
were.
This pussy party.
That was hilarious. Clever. Wow. Oh, gems. Oh.
I know. The lineup is so stacked. We had like 5 rooms or some shit at Rebel.
Yep. Wow. Rebel, that's right.
This is a baby rap because of the song that Pace and Naeem and Santi did together about Lindsay Lohan's vagina.
Yeah, I fucking remember now. Thanks for the reminder.
And I put the baby rat on the fire.
God, hilarious. Oh,
But
look
like
at that. Adrian's up in there.
So
I loved also how everyone was developing their own sound. You know, in terms of music, there was so much mashup going on. Like now I feel like it's just like straight fucking EDM, electro, rock. You know what I mean? Like it's very like labeled, so to speak.
yeah.
But during those days, there were so many different styles and so many different like combinations of sounds that were coming out.
So did you meet anyone through, this is like, it feels crazy asking you, but did you meet anyone through like our events that changed your trajectory? I feel like everyone that we actually ever met, you know what I mean? In some, but like some like really impactful, because every day was impactful.
Yeah, every day. I mean, for sure, there was so much value with what was going on at that time. I think also, you know, meeting you and like building a relationship with you sort of concretized my role in nightlife.
So what other artists or brands or what was influencing you?
So our contemporaries, like all of us were doing shit at the time. So it was like NOSA guys. Remember they had like the underground shop on Ludlow. We would all hang out there, Brahma in hand. And like those guys. Then there's Greg from Mishka, the kids from Reason. Then there's always Telfar and Shane. But I think like those were the other brands or whatever that were being born at the same time, which is really funny because now, you know, you look at someone like Telfar and you're like, yeah, exactly, bro. Like, do it. You know what I mean? Like we all were pushing them because they were kids. Remember, like they would come into 323 and we'd give them a bottle and we're like, fuck it, you don't have an ID. Who cares? You know? And they brought so much like flavor to the parties, but also just all of us were characters, you know what I mean? So each one of them would bring something, you know, like, oh yeah, there's also Kingsize that I would go to all the time and throw parties out all the time.
Fun.
And we did, do you remember Greg's fucking birthday party back there with the stripper?
Yes, and she did something with a bottle or something in her pussy, right?
That's exactly. She fucking shook that shit up and put it in her fucking vagina and let it go. Fucking insane. My face was so sore from laughing. I remember, like, I felt like I was like at the gym for my face. And then when she was doing like a little trick or whatever, like her stiletto poked Greg in the eye and he thought he had to get a new eye.
I remember this.
And then Maggie wearing the banana suit. Do you remember the banana suit?
I do.
Peanut butter jelly time. Holy fuck.
Oh my God. So what were your favorite DJs, artists, brands?
I loved that you brought Bun B around. That was crucial. So good. So many people didn't even know what Chopped and Screwed was, or what all of these sounds, where all of these sounds were coming from. So you brought Bum B, then you also brought DC Go-Go up in the piece. So that was also really cool. The two-step vibe too was nice to hear. What else?
Baltimore Club.
Yeah. Yeah, the Baltimore Club, also like the Bali Funk. Like, see, these are genres that are not out in the world now. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I feel like it's so ingrained or intertwined with, you wouldn't even, because like Diplo say he's influenced by ballet funk. He's putting that in like popular music, pop music.
totally.
You know,
Totally.
so you don't really, we know it's there and the influence is there, but it's not widely known. I love this photo.
How many did we do of Mixtape Riot?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, I have 2 flyers here. This was Lady Sovereign.
Lady Sovereign, hilarious.
After party.
Remember that after party in the basement of the pizza spot on the corner of Kenmar?
Oh, that place was great. Shit, what was that? Oh God, I love that place. But that's how we met Java.
Oh my God, that's right.
What is that place called?
Because now it's some fucking trendy noodle spot. But my sister used to work there. Did it start with an L?
Lasso.
Lasso.
Yes! Jesus, that place ruled. That place and the fucking after hours that went down there, girl. I definitely don't have photos of that place. That place was legendary.
Yeah, seriously.
And great pizza. On top of what were some memorable, iconic interactions you had during this time?
Honestly, this is so interesting to think about, because it's not that it's a blur, Roxy, it's more like so many interactions. Like there's so numerous that to pick them apart one by one would be impossible. But I think just in general, like the interactions were just genuine. And you know, like you would get this feeling every time you meet someone, like, oh fuck, this person's gonna be a friend for the rest of my life. You just felt these like butterflies all the time, which I think really helped like sustain like the positivity in the parties that were happening. And like, I think, you know, I don't recall ever getting in a fight. I don't recall ever, you know, like bringing down some negativity and bringing it in the club. Like, I just don't recall any of that. It always just seems super lifted all the time. And like getting ready, that was also fucking fun as shit too. It's like the pregame, like getting everybody together. It's like, you know, pre-match vibes and like what athletes do before they get on the playing field is what it felt like when we were getting ready to go out. So I think like the relationships that we founded, like the standards that we upheld. I remember like even at the end of the night, we would be counting that fucking money. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, man, never mind. You know, it's like, you have to be sober enough to count the bar and to do the business, and to, no matter how lit we got, we still had to do the business. We still had to make sure the sound techs were on point, that like the mixers were turned on the right way, like the DJs were there and not getting fucking smashed. And Roxy, hats off to you, because you taught me so much. You taught me so much on how to behave, how to, how to be consistent and like take your shit fucking seriously. I mean, like that kind of stuff, like you live and you learn, you know, but if you have friends that are consistent and are filling you with grace, like this is something. So in response to your question from before, it's you. You know what I mean? Like these types of experiences that you understand are happening in the moment, just like you're a fucking kid, like being thrown in the wind. But then you understand like, oh yeah, don't ever do that because, you know, remember that time? Oh yeah. And you take that with you. And then it's like planting a seed, and that seed, the fruit grows. And so at some point, there are all these value systems that we come in contact with in nightlife, and you either, you know, fucking the shit that we used to do, it is insane how we are still here to tell the story, really. But I still have so many valued lessons, even in the danger. You know what I mean? Like, this is time where I call it quits. It's time to shut it down now, you know.
I have to say that grace that I picked up on came from Justine. And watching her, living with her, seeing her do this professionally, changed my life, you know. And she was such a pro and incredible at it. And just, you know, grace takes strength, and she is a strong cookie, that one. And so, you know, props to her. A song from this decade that really,
oh my god, it was 3-6 Mafia. I don't even know the name of it now.
Was it Stay Fly? Yes, I gotta stay fly.
That one. That was definitely a fucking soundtrack, and I know Kalim was on the fucking floor with that one.
That's a good one. How did this time impact you now?
I think like there was a lot of grace that came out of that time that we weren't really aware of, that then really truly impacted the way that I run my life and my organization now. And I think like also in terms of being like a thought leader and representing a certain point of view and putting that point of view out in the world, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with being outspoken and courageous about certain subjects. And I think that really comes from us being able to harvest that now from back then. I mean, like, it takes a lot of balls to put a fucking naked rat on a fucking flyer and call it a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it takes a lot of, you know, fucking hardcore balls. And not many people have that for a long time. So we're able to wrap that into like a way of being now in our 40s, which is fucking insane to say out loud.
But I just wanted to sign off as the bunny.
Okay, yay, so cute. It was really good to see you. Thanks for catching up.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course. Congratulations.
Yeah, you too, honey.
Thanks for hopping by. That's it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, and stalk. Bounce, little kitty.